There's a train going by right now, but so my first boyfriend I met through my brother. Um, we didn't really date long at all. We didn't even like kiss or anything like that. Like I was just like in ninth grade, and um, his brother was my brother's friend, so my brother kind of like hooked us up. Like our first date was like at the mall, and I don't know. It was like a really like short relationship, but it was still like boyfriend girlfriend, I guess you'd say. And then after him, I dated my boyfriend Kyle, and me and him met through school. He actually was threw a penny from across the room, and it landed in my bra. And I'm like, who threw this? And his friends pointed to him, and I'm like, good aim, or whatever. I didn't get like mad or anything like that. I'm like, good aim. And he's like, oh, thank you. And then I'm like, introduce myself. And um, he actually went to my church, but like we met again at school. Um, I dated him for like a month. Um, I actually kissed him. We didn't do anything sexual or anything like that because I was like a virgin back then. Um, so after him, I it's so wrong of me what I did after him, but I dated his friend because I liked his friend. Um, we dated for one day. Found out that we're better friends. I don't remember who broke up with who, but yeah, it was a really short, very short relationship. I don't even really think that I should consider him my ex boyfriend, but yeah. After him, oh, and of course, I met him through school. After him, my best friend, um, Roxanne, um, one day we hung out with her friend Chris, and that day I met Brandon. And that night we got together. Me and Brandon became boyfriend and girlfriend that night. Um, we just clicked and had a good time. So we got together. Um, I dated him for probably 2 years, I believe 2 or 3 years. Um, I made him wait a long time before I was comfortable enough to do anything intimate for a while, and then finally I kind of warmed up to the idea and all that after making him wait for a while. Uh, kind of did the whole messing around, kissing, all that other stuff that you do before you do the whole thing, and then one day we were going out with his friend Chris. That's my friend Chris, the one that I met before him, and we went to a cabin. My parents agreed to it because they knew that there was going to be like supervision, which there wasn't really too much supervision. But his aunt was Chris's aunt um, was there because Brandon was really close to Chris's family, which Chris is my best friend now. Like we've known each other a long time. But me and Brandon decided to take our relationship to the next level, so I ended up somewhat losing my virginity, but not fully because it hurt so bad that I couldn't like finish like do it all the way. Um, and then the next time we did anything is when I fully lost it to him. My friend's idea was to just have me just feel the pain and just like all that, which it was really painful. But anyways, he was my boyfriend, and we dated for about a year or two after that. So, um, after him, I dated his friend Josh, which I got permission to date Josh from him. And then after that, me and Brandon got back together and dated for a while. And then after that, we went our separate ways, and I dated this guy named Jeremy um, that I lived with for about a month or so, about a month, maybe less than that. He ended up breaking up with me and cheating with our roommates, which he claimed that he didn't cheat, but I know he did. Um, so that was that, and that was a really hard breakup because I was crying so bad because my mom and my dad would not pick me up. They said that I needed to get a ride from his mom, which his mom agreed to drive me home because she was going to a different state anyways to check out, to move out there, which I was supposed to move out there with them, which I'm happy that I didn't. Um, my family thought they were just after my money, but yeah. Um, but after that, and I cried so bad that breakup that I couldn't even hardly breathe. I sounded like a just so bad. He actually ended up giving me all kinds of things. I think he probably felt bad for breaking up with me. I don't know, or maybe he just wanted to get rid of the stuff. But he gave me so much stuff, and I just of course took it. Um, he gave me like a DVD of Family Guy. He gave me stuffed animals, just all kinds of different things. What hurt the worst is that I saw him and her like all over each other, like right after we broke up. Um, yeah, so, but, after that, um, who else did I date after him? I think after that we moved. After him. I think after him we moved. Um, wait, no, because after him, I dated, this other guy. Um, I forget his name, but I dated him for a short period of time, and then I just cared too much what my friends thought about the relationship and like all that. And so I broke up with him, and then after that, I started. Oh, and I met him through friends. Like I think I met him offline actually. I don't remember what part of offline, but I met him offline. Um, and then after him, I dated my ex boyfriend Brandon Shaw. Um, and we used to call him Ogre. Um, so I dated him and all that. And then after him, I dated this other guy, which I honestly don't remember his name. I just remember dating him for a little tiny bit. Um, I met him offline. I don't remember where, probably Yahoo Messenger or something. And then after him, I moved. At one point or another, I did date my best friend Chris, which that didn't work out because like he was all over my friend, and I didn't like that. So, plus I thought of him more like as a friend and best friend, and just wasn't all into the idea of dating him. Um, After that, I moved and I dated this guy out here that was a chef, and his name was Paul. He was a big guy, but I didn't mind that he was a big guy. Um, it wasn't a big deal to me. I liked him a lot. We tried to be intimate and it didn't work out because his weight and everything, and all that. So I think that's why we probably broke up, because of that. Um, After him, I liked this guy and kind of like dated him, but not like boyfriend girlfriend. And then after him, I dated Andrew, which I dated for a long time, on and off. And then after that, me and Andrew broke up one time, and I dated this guy named Chris, a different Chris. No, wait. I dated Austin. Austin actually lost his virginity to me. He was a great boyfriend, but it just didn't work out. I don't remember why. I think probably Andrew was trying to get back with me or something. I kind of like, I pretty much chose him over every guy, and he like didn't want me with anybody else. But I kind of like wanted to, I guess, see if the grass was greener on the other side and all that. But he wanted me back at that point, so kind of got back together at that point. After that, of course, me and Andrew broke up again eventually, and I dated Chris, and then I broke up with Chris for Andrew. I left a lot of relationships for Andrew. Um, After Chris, I dated Andrew again, and then sometime in our relationship we broke up again, and I dated. I didn't date. I just he actually told me recently that I was kind of his girlfriend, but we didn't have a title. But I dated Nathan, which Nathan was amazing. I mean, yeah, he was amazing. He still is amazing because he's my best friend, but I've kind of lost touch with him right now. I don't know if he's mad at me or what, but yeah. Um, I'd stay the night at his house and we'd like stay up and have like a great time just hanging out, like really good friends, really like best friends, and we had amazing times together. My parents would actually like let me stay at his house many times. Like they trusted him and liked him and everything. Um, the good thing about him is like he would always like have like something for me to eat the next day. You know how they say like the girlfriend like or whatever like person that you're like doing stuff with like always make sure that you have breakfast the next day. That was him. After him, I started seeing this other guy named Abel, which I had like a on and off thing with him, slash being with Andrew. Um, when Andrew and me would have like a rough patch and all that, like fighting and breaking up and all that, I'd kind of like use it as an excuse, I guess, to run off with other people. I know that's fucked up, but yeah. But and then after that, me and Andrew dated for a long time, and I started seeing this guy. Some point in time, I was dating this guy named Mike, and Mike moved to Colorado, and I really liked Mike, but he moved away. He moved, and that's why like we stopped talking and everything. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Andrew dated some people too. Like, he had a few like people that he dated too, and like all that. But after that, trying to think about the next person that I dated. I had a few like online relationships, like Steven I dated online. I was like best friends with him for years. Um, But um Andrew went to jail, and I was not like, I didn't know what I wanted. So like the first like year, like a little tiny bit before I decided what I wanted, like when I first found out like a couple months later after I found out, I didn't know exactly how long he was gonna be gone. So I dated this guy named Lucky, which I don't even consider him like an ex because yeah, he sucked. Only dated him for a couple days, which doesn't really count. Um, then after that, I waited for 2 years, and I didn't like have sex with people like in person, but like I like have like romantic relationships with people offline, just to like get through it and everything, because I knew I wanted to be with Andrew like when he got home, and I didn't want to go off and do anything like in person, and cheat on him and all that. Um, so I kind of just had people in my life to make me less lonely and all that, and like all that stuff. So, but Andrew claims that I cheated, which I don't think I did, because yeah. But he got home. We had a while of being together. We had amazing times. It was great to have him home. Um, and then I dated this guy named Sean. No, I dated this guy named Jeff. Which we didn't date that long. We pretty much had like a friends of benefits for a long time, like on and off. After him, I dated this guy named John. I lived with him for a couple weeks, and then we broke up. And then I got back with Andrew, and we dated for a while. And then I found out I was pregnant. Um, Me and Andrew got together for the whole 9 months. Um, well, practically the whole 9 months. I don't even remember how far along I was, but I got back with John for like a couple days, and then got back with Andrew, dated him for a long time. And then in 2016 is when Andrew passed away. And then after that, I waited for like a while, like months and months and months, before I dated anybody else. And then I tried to date this guy, but it didn't work out. I don't remember his name, to be honest with you. And then after that, I dated Mark, which he's being ghost right now, but I'm still close to him. And then after that, I dated Ian. After Ian, I dated this guy for like a week, which doesn't really count. But and then after him, I got a boyfriend. But yeah, like we didn't like make it a title or anything like that, but we were like working towards. But he just wasn't what I was like, whatever. And then now I'm not dating anybody. So, but yeah, some point in time I was dating this other guy named Zach. I don't remember like where he lands, but he wasn't ever my boyfriend. Um, so yeah. But Andrew's like my longest relationships, and we were more like on than off. You know what I mean? I know naming off all those people, it seems like we're more like off, but we really weren't. Um, I mean, I was with him, a really long time, like almost 10 years on and off, more on than off, but in between the off times, I was trying to see what was, all that. Oh, yeah, some point in time, I was dating this other guy named Matt, but I didn't date him that long. So, but yeah, that's like 20 minutes of like all my boyfriends. Thumbs up and subscribe. All right, bye. Love you guys. Take care. Thank you for watching.